Welcome to a year of puzzles. This is week one in a new series that I'm doing to sort of challenge myself to get back into chess. And we're getting all of our positions from this book over here, if you can see that. What really sort of struck me when I walked past the bookshop is that the front page, it looked like a really interesting puzzle. Not something that you usually get on like chess.com or Lichess. And I'm really glad I started this because all of these positions are really, really interesting. And the main thing that I like is that they all checkmate in 2 moves. So you don't have to do like loads of calculation. You don't have to sort of, figure out what's going on that far. You just need to work out what's the first move, and then the next move is usually quite simple. I think that makes it easier but also challenging, and also a lot of these positions are not something that you'd usually see in a game of chess, so they're really, really interesting, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it too. So it's week one. We've got 3 puzzles to do today, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to pause and solve it yourself. So this is the first puzzle, pin to win, and I'm going to go ahead and give you the first move, and then we're going to sort of calculate why it's the first move. The first move is actually going to be Queen d5. Now, you're thinking to yourself, why is this the move? The main reason why we need to do Queen d5 is because if our pony gets taken, we are threatening the checkmate. And that's kind of the main reason. The other thing, when I first looked at it, I thought, hang on, but surely the rook can just check and just sacrifice itself. But the thing that I missed was the queen can come in and checkmate, and the rook can't take because it's pinned. That's why this rook is here. A lot of these puzzles you'll get by thinking to yourself, why is this rook here? Why is this piece here? Why did the person who made this puzzle select it like that? So let's have a look at the next puzzle. This one I didn't like too much. You can go ahead and pause and try and work it out yourself here. I didn't like this one very much. It's kind of a weird looking one. You know, the pawns are going down the board, so the knight is getting, captured on the next turn potentially, and then they're promoting. It's a bit of a weird one. The queen has a lot of moves. I mean, it can go quite a lot of different places, so you kind of have to work through it all. The knights can come in. There's so much going on here. I really don't like this one. The answer is Queen h6. As I said, the knight is potentially, going to be captured. So we've got to kind of look at that. Also, if the pawn takes it, is another thing we have to look at. And I think that that's kind of where you'll get the answer to Queen h6, is because the queen can then come here to deliver the checkmate. So that kind of is how you can work it out. So what are the other options? So if the queen comes in here, then the knight can checkmate because obviously the queen is taking all of these squares. So another sort of way you can think about it is we needed to take quite a lot of squares away, and that's kind of the only way to do it with the queen. The other move is that the king can take the knight, and this is the other reason why the queen needed to be here and not, for example, on h6, is that the queen needs to come all the way across to obviously take away that square. So I hope you enjoyed that one. I certainly didn't. Moving on to the next and final one for this week. It's a bit of a shorter week because obviously 1st of Jan was only on in the middle of the week. So, but this one I really enjoyed. So on the weekends we have one puzzle, and I think the weekend puzzle's a lot more involved. This one was really, really fun to look at. I mean, the king is obviously in some sort of checkmate net where you're thinking to yourself, I just need to figure out 2 things. I need to figure out how to check the king and how to prevent this escape square. So the first thing I looked at here was potentially this knight. If I can get the knight in here, then I'll be doing both those things in one move. So the other thing is that these bishops are really annoying, and this pawn. So you kind of have to think to yourself, how do I take away this d4 square, but at the same time also try and eliminate one of these bishops? And the answer is quite brilliant. It is actually a rook sacrifice. And the reason why this works is because you're clearing the space for the knight to come in, and you're also taking away that d4 square. So a couple of things now. Obviously, if the bishop takes, then the knight comes in and delivers the checkmate. But for example, if something else, then maybe, taking the knight, then we're threatening the rook to come in and checkmate. So really hope you enjoyed that. I'm gonna be posting every day on YouTube Shorts, every day for the different puzzles, but I thought it would be good to do a week-long version where we have all of them together in case you missed them. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Please subscribe, comment down if you're enjoying this series, and maybe let me know if I'm going too quickly, or you want more analysis, things like that. And also let me know if you're keen for me to go maybe live. We can play some games. I'm really keen to get back into chess and to sort of play games again. I took a little bit of a break after sort of getting into chess for the first time in 2020. When I started watching a lot of Gotham chess, hence the name of the channel. um, you might have recognized me from TikTok, where I sort of did most of my posting. But yeah, thanks for joining me.